What's going on YouTube? Mr. Wheels here once again, welcoming you to another edition of Sports Talk, and this is my 2016 second round Stanley Cup preview and predictions video. I've already done a video for the entire playoffs. You can click the annotation there in the corner to see that. I did say I would do predictions for the second round, third round, and cup final. I'm going to recap a little bit of the first round before I get into the second round predictions. If you like this video, guys, please remember to give me a like and tell me what you thought of the first round in the comment section below. Tell me what your second round predictions are. Let's get started. Now, second round we have in the Western Conference, we have Dallas and St. Louis. Let's first talk a little bit about the Dallas and Minnesota series. I predicted Dallas in 5. Was surprised that Minnesota put up the fight that they did, winning 2 games straight, giving Dallas a bit of a scare. But I wasn't surprised that Dallas was able to win that series. And they're going to be in tougher versus St. Louis. Let's talk a little bit about St. Louis, Chicago. I wanted to pick St. Louis that first round, but I was kind of scared too. I thought, Chicago being the defending Cup champions, and St. Louis's history, didn't want to pick St. Louis, but they got that big Chicago monkey off their back, and I'm sorry guys, but in my opinion, even with Chicago being out of the playoffs, 3 cups in 5 years is not a legitimate dynasty. If you look at previous teams that were legitimate dynasties, the Islanders, the Oilers in the 80s, the Islanders with 4 straight cups, Oilers with 5 cups in 7 years. They're legit dynasties. 5 cups in 3 years and 2 full years between your second cup in 2013. Not a dynasty. Sorry, Chicago fans. I don't care about the salary cap or what the media says. Chicago, while they're close to a dynasty, closest thing to a dynasty we've seen in about 20 years, they're not a dynasty in my opinion. Sorry. I'm glad St. Louis won that series. So my prediction for Dallas and St. Louis is St. Louis in 7 games. I like Dallas. Think they got a good team. I'm respecting them, saying that they'll win or that the series will go 7 games. But I like St. Louis. I think they're deeper defensively, deeper offensively. Troy Brouwer and Kyle Brodziak have really added a lot to that team. I'm saying St. Louis in 7. Now, the other second round series we have is San Jose, and in my opinion, even though that the end of the first round hasn't happened yet, I'm saying San Jose and Nashville, and I want to talk a little bit about LA and San Jose, that series first. LA, I picked them to win the cup in my first predictions video. They completely shit the bed. Yes, they lost Alec Martinez, and they may not have been as deep as offensively as they've been in previous years. But with home ice, I expected them to be the favorite. But San Jose, they're very good defensively as well. Martin Jones stoned LA, and San Jose just wanted it more. I'm sorry. Now, San Jose and Nashville series isn't technically over yet. Game 7 goes at 10 o'clock. But I'm saying Nashville is gonna pull that series out, steal one on enemy soil, and move on to the second round. I think they got a lot of momentum after their Game 6 win, so that would make it San Jose and Nashville, and I'm picking San Jose in 6 games. Again, I like Nashville. I think they got a good team, great goaltending, but I think San Jose, after they disposed of LA the way they did, they'll be able to handle Nashville in 6, and they're just on a mission. I mean, they're a dark horse team, San Jose is. Series could potentially go 7 games, but I'm saying Nashville in 6. Let's move on to the Eastern Conference. Second round, we have Tampa Bay and New York Islanders. That game's going on right now. Islanders are up. We're up 4-1 in the third period. Let's talk a little bit about the first round with these two teams. Tampa Bay and Detroit. I made a video on that series already. So you can look on my channel for that. Not much to say about it other than Tampa Bay just wanted it more. I'm a Detroit fan, but Detroit didn't give Tampa Bay enough of a challenge, especially on the power play. They were 0 for like 20 or 1 for 23 in that series. Detroit was. So Tampa Bay won. The Islanders had a much tougher test in Florida. I picked Florida to win that series, but you know, the Islanders, they just showed more resiliency, and I think they were a deeper team overall. So Islanders and Tampa Bay. I mean, Islanders are winning game 1, and I think this is going to be a very close series, even though the Islanders might pull game 1 out. I'm saying the Islanders in 7, just because they're going to give Tampa Bay more of a challenge. I mean, Tampa Bay, without Steven Stamkos, without Anton Strowman, wasn't a factor against Detroit, but it'll be a factor in this next series. I've already talked about that in a previous video, so I'm saying Islanders in 7. Now, the other second round matchup is Pittsburgh and Washington. Let's talk about the first round for both of these teams. Pittsburgh and New York. I picked Pittsburgh in 6 games, and they surprised me and won it in 5. And for the New York Rangers, I've never really been a fan of their team the last few years. I think their offense is a little bit overrated. And I said in my first predictions video that losing Dan Girardi and Ryan McDonough was gonna hurt the Rangers, and it did. And Pittsburgh, they've got, I think it's Connor Murray in net. Murray. He's a rookie, their goaltender. And the media won't give him any credit, but he stood on his head and he stole a couple games for Pittsburgh, getting them to the second round. Finally, to wrap up the first round recap, Washington and Philly. I didn't expect Washington to get out to a 3-0 series lead, and I was surprised to see Philadelphia push back a little bit and win the next 2 games, but Washington showed in Game 6 that, they're the team that they should be. They've been on a mission all year. They got rid of Philly in 6. Second round for Washington going to be very close with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is much better offensively than Philly, but I'm picking Washington in 7. So as it stands right now, that would set up a conference final between the Islanders and Washington, and I'm not giving my predictions for the conference finals yet. That's all I have for right now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it's a little bit late. I was waiting until the first round was completely done, and it still isn't done. They've actually started the second round already, which I thought was a little bit odd. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a like. My links to Twitter and Facebook will be in the description down below. And I'll see you next time.